China is on the brink of hosting her first ever Olympic Games. In this exclusive special, we take a privileged journey. Others can only look, but we're going inside to reveal the secrets of Beijing's unique Olympics. Come with us for a behind-the-scenes preview of this, China's final countdown. February 7th, 2008, all China celebrates. It's New Year, and a very special one. For 2008 is Olympic year. Beijing promises 17 days of live drama and passion. The world holds its breath. Tonight, these young Olympic volunteers are celebrating New Year. They've been specially chosen to carry the Olympic medals to the podium.
作为一个颁奖礼仪呢，它就是意味着我们要代表中华民族，代表北京，向世人展示一种文化魅力。
It might sound easy to be a medal hostess, but we've got access to a world that treats etiquette and posture just like an Olympic sport.
我们走姿的时候要保持身体的直立，两臂的自然下垂、自然摆动，要立腰，要收腹提臀。
The most important thing, to provide service with a smile.
因为始终在奥运会的这个过程之中，我们都是一个微笑传播的使者。
And what's the secret to a perfect smile?
而且我们有时候还会在嘴这边加一根筷子，练习微笑，6到8颗牙齿。
This trick is just one of Beijing's Olympic secrets. But with our privileged Access All Areas pass, we're going beyond the security to reveal much, much more. We go inside the Bird's Nest Stadium, and inside the water cube, we'll meet the designers, their drawing boards, the engineers on site, and the athletes who strive for Olympic glory. As time runs out, we get the exclusive inside track on these, the ultimate Olympics. Every 4 years, the Olympic circus touches down in a new city. Each host city must face the fight to make their Olympics stand out. But how will China make her Olympics outshine those that came before? The Olympic site proudly boasts Beijing's newest icons. The National Stadium, known to locals as the Bird's Nest Stadium. And the National Aquatic Center, the Water Cube. These attention-grabbing venues are a hot talking point worldwide. Will what's inside live up to the hype? The Water Cube is now ready to play host. Today is the Olympic diving test event. It's the men's 10-meter platform competition. China dominated diving at Athens, taking 6 gold medals. Today, divers from all over the world are taking China on in her own backyard, hoping to qualify for the Olympics.
I need to get top 12 and then I'm actually going to the Olympics, so that's my job. This is what I've been working for the past 4 years.
Divers' training is particularly grueling. 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. And all for only seconds in flight. Such intense training breeds a hunger for success. Today, the water cube is crackling with intense rivalry.
And everybody's going to have done what I've done, worked hard and done everything in their power to put in a good performance. So it's going to be pretty tough.
The adventurous architecture of the water cube was a big risk, but it seems to have paid off. Peter's teammate, Leon Taylor, has come to the water cube to support him on this crucial day.
What a huge venue. It's got to fit 17,000 spectators in, so I guess it's got to be. I've never really seen anything quite as amazing as this, and the whole thing is just a different world almost. It's like being in outer space.
The final countdown is on. The revolutionary structure is complete. The pools are a success. But Beijing wants to take this iconic design even further. For the first time, our cameras go inside the fabric of the cube to reveal the secret to making the water cube glow. Thousands of LED bulbs must be fitted inside the 4,000 ETFE cushions. Responsibility falls on young lighting engineer Lin Mao-jun. He must ensure that by nightfall, the complete system is ready to go. For tonight is the big switch on. Lin knows he mustn't fail.
是全球全世界人民关注的工程，是世界标志性建筑。
Lin's team have already fitted lights in hundreds of wall cushions. But today's task in the roof is the trickiest of all.
屋顶安装的最大挑战是，最关键的是安全，在上面行走不方便。 再加上是木屋结构，温度比正常的这个安装温度比较高。
Working in these hot and dangerous conditions is tough enough, but the team must hit tonight's deadline.
那个工具丢下来，先人过来，等一下。 把那个装上，线头装上。
Back inside the pool, the diving competition is about to commence. Leon is feeling the tension.
Diving is one of those sports where anything can happen on the day, so we'll wait and see. I'm going to watch with excitement and bated breath.
The judges assess takeoff, flight, and the general look of the dive. The less splash, the better. The more difficult the dive attempted, the more points can be won, but the higher the risk of failure. Peter takes to the board for his first dive.
Yeah, that's steady. The important thing is he hasn't made any big mistakes so far, so he's still in it, and that's all it is about survival today.
Peter must endure a half-hour wait in between each of his 6 dives, while the other contenders make their Olympic bids. He must hold his nerve. Three dives down, 3 to go.
He just got 9s across the board. He even got 110 from one of the judges. Yeah, he's going from strength to strength. First one was a little shaky. Second one was better. Then that one's Pete at his best.
The final dive. Will Peter return to Beijing this summer?
He held his nerve, all the dives are in, he'll be happy with that.
Peter comes in 8th. He's taken one more step towards his Olympic target. German Sascha Klein took 1st position, with China coming in 2nd and 4th. Come August, these rivals will return to the water cube in their quest for Olympic glory. Beijing needs to make her games outshine the rest. She's pinning her hopes on a spectacular venue for the main event. This will be the centerpiece, the Bird's Nest Stadium. This stadium is huge. 332 meters from end to end and as high as a 27-story building. For now, the Bird's Nest remains out of bounds to the public. Top secret preparations for the much anticipated opening ceremony are firmly under wraps. While the finishing touches are being put in place, we're going behind closed doors for a very special sneak preview. Inside, one well-kept secret is the knock-on implications of the stadium's sheer size. Swiss timekeeping giants Omega found themselves with a problem: how to clearly display results to the 90,000 spectators packed into the venue. Their solution was to create the world's largest scoreboards for athletics, massive at over 100 square meters. Omega's Raphael Blanchard is testing these record-breaking scoreboards. He's flown in specially from Switzerland. Every single connection must be working to create an image. It's over to the control room to run his first test. One of the connections is faulty.
We have to fix all the problems we can find, and we never know what could happen. Sometimes we have always another problem, so we have to resolve as fast as possible.
Raphael's cracked this problem. But with such a complex job, he can be sure there'll be many more. The Bird's Nest eye-catching exterior tantalizes admirers with great promise. There's no doubt that it's a stadium unlike anything seen before. And for those lucky enough to make it through the gates, it surely won't fail to impress on the inside too. Soon, Raphael will head back to Switzerland, having done his bit to make Beijing's Olympics the most spectacular event in the world. The opening ceremony will kick off the games inside this very stadium. Fans will cheer from these seats. Performers will give their all inside this arena. And colorful fireworks will explode into the night sky. It's all to come at the ultimate Olympics. Beijing wants her Olympic site to stand the test of time. After the Games, the water cube won't just be an event pool, but will open its doors to Beijingers for years to come. And the Bird's Nest Stadium will play host to international football matches and musical concerts and festivals. By creating this lasting legacy, Beijing's Olympic site is living up to the hype. Night falls across the capital. Back inside the water cube, lighting engineer Lin Mao-chun is ready for testing to begin. Here in the control room, the atmosphere is edgy. This energy-efficient beacon shines out in vibrant blue across the city. Lin takes a moment to soak it in. But this is what it's all about. But it doesn't stop here. Back in the control room, the team prepare to implement their brand new computer software. It uses the 450,000 LED lights to create up to 16 million color variations and endless pattern formations.
Beijing 2008 Welcome.
外面有没有变成紫色、黄色？
As one of the largest LED light structures in the world, the water cube will undoubtedly steal the limelight at the games. And come games time, the organizers promise even more surprises. We've taken a privileged first look inside Beijing's new Olympic icons. Daring designs with a distinctly Chinese character that seem to be living up to the hype, both inside and out. But will it be the same story for China's athletes? As the final countdown continues, expectations are high and the pressure mounts. In public, they're confident. But behind closed doors, it can be a very different story. Can China's young stars take the pressure and defeat their rivals? In the final countdown to Beijing's Olympics, the tension builds, and these modern-day gladiators prepare to face each other. All across the host country have high hopes that China will top the medal table. But with the additional burden of home expectation, can the Chinese athletes handle the pressure? For the athletes, winning is what it's all about. The payoff for all the blood, sweat and tears is to hold an Olympic medal in their hand. Over 300 medal ceremonies will be caught on camera during the 17 days of competition. Medal designer Hung Hai shares the secret of how he came to create the uniquely Chinese medals for Beijing 08. His ambition was to put into every winner's hands a little piece of China.
最让我引以为豪的就是，当各国的运动员把我们设计的奖牌带回国的时候，当他们抚摸奖牌的时候，他们能够真实地感受到中国文化的气息。
But creating a truly distinctive medal wouldn't be easy, because Olympic rules state that only one side can be changed. Hung Hai went out into his city to seek inspiration. One day, the answer struck him.
都是使用金铜这种金属材料，从来没有使用过其他材料。
He would use in his design an ornamental stone that has a special place in Chinese culture: jade. Different grades of jade are used for each medal, with gold containing the most valuable of all, white jade. The ring in the design is inspired by the most sacred of jade shapes. In Imperial China, it was known as Jade B, a circular disc worn as an emblem of nobility. It's a prize worthy of their efforts, and for the honor of wearing this medal, athletes around the world prepared to do battle. In China, coach Jiang Yadong is leading the charge.
实际上，体育就是一个没有硝烟的战场。
He is coach to one of China's best hopes for gold, butterfly champion Wu Peng. Wu Peng is approaching his physical peak. The full armory of Team China's technology is at his disposal. His eyes are on the prize. Gold at Beijing. Wu Peng is being prepared for the fight.
因为是在北京，所以这场战役变成非常重要，所以我们也是要必须去打赢它。
In the charge to top the medal table, one of China's secret weapons is her specialized medical treatments. Wu Peng has cupping treatment on the area swimmers put under the most strain, the shoulder. According to Chinese traditional medicine, cupping opens the channels or meridians of the body through which energy flows. In athletes, it is especially useful as it increases blood flow in the superficial muscle area, easing exercise-induced swelling and pain. Wu Peng is vital to Team China's hopes of winning big in the pool. But if China is to top the medal table, she must sweep the board at gymnastics. Two teammates focus on that goal. Zheng Fei and Yang Wei are the biggest stars on Team China's gymnastics squad. But Zheng Fei was causing a vigilant coach concern. She had fallen out of shape. And Zheng Fei isn't just any gymnast. She is one of China's best hopes for gold. But as she became a woman, a problem with her weight threatened her dream. The story begins in 2006. Team China was training in France. Zheng Fei's coach noticed that despite enjoying the local food, Zheng Fei's weight actually decreased. Analyzing her diet, he realized it was down to how the food in France was prepared. National team chefs have been ordered to prepare her special meals, French style with less oil and fat.
他以前的菜谱呢，就是说比较注重量比较大，尤其晚餐呢吃的比较多。这么着，对于他这个项目呢，就是说这个体重啊、控制体重啊和增加这个什么不太合理。
可能以前吃的比较按照自己的习惯来吃吧。 然后就是说看到想吃什么就吃什么，但是现在更多是注意一些营养的搭配。
Team China's care is keeping Zheng Fei in trim and on course for glory. If Zheng Fei is the queen of Chinese gymnastics, Yang Wei is the king. He is the highest profile gymnast on the men's team, but he is also one of the oldest. 28 years old and on the gymnastics circuit for 15 of those years. Beijing 2008 is his last chance for glory and an individual Olympic gold medal. And what a time and place it would be to do it. The silver he already has isn't good enough for him.
体育应该就这样，体育只承认你第一名，所有第二名以后的选手。
Yang Wei has been training for gold for 15 years, and those years have taken their toll. Time is running out for him to claim the ultimate prize. His physiotherapist and coach do what they do best, get him fixed and refocused. Yang Wei does what he does best, training and practice. It will be a two-horse race to the top of the medal table. And China's greatest sporting rival will not give up her place without a fight.
We know that China is outspending us, is out-researching us, is out-talent identifying us, and they have a population that's enormous. Do I lose sleep over this? You bet.
The USA has a smaller pool of athletes than China. Instead, she relies on a secret weapon, technology.
most athletes need the science because they're mortal like the rest of the people they're competing against, and any kind of an edge that they can find is going to make a huge difference.
Behind closed doors at the US OC training facility in Colorado, technology is used to keep the USA's precious competitors in the race for gold. Weightlifter Zach Kreitch is typical of the talented athletes the USA must deploy if she is to keep top spot. But Zach has an injury that threatens his dream. For Zach to have a chance to make it to Beijing, drastic measures need to be taken, and fast. Sports scientist Dr. Bill Sands hopes that science could hold the answer. Like a detective, he must use a series of techniques to diagnose Zach's injury. First, electromyography and EMG to see inside the body. When muscles contract or are stimulated, an electrical current is generated. The EMG shows the strength of the successive impulses, allowing Dr. Sands to pinpoint which of Zach's muscles are having trouble firing. Immediately, the problem area is exposed.
In Zach's case, what we found is that his gastrocnemius muscle, or his calf muscle, was not firing very well at all.
Next, specialized insoles with thousands of pressure sensors are placed into Zach's shoes. These sensors reveal the spread of pressure on his leg muscles when he lifts.
On landing, what it's showing is that your left side is taking more of the impact of landing than your right side is.
Dr. Sands is now clear which alterations need to be made to improve Zach's technique. After months of help from the scientific team, Zach needs to know if the technology is working. Thermal imaging holds the answer.
I would say that it begins right about here. Then you can see this whole gray part right there. And remember when we first looked at it, it was almost black. Now it's just a very light gray. And so it does look like it's getting better, actually.
The results are good.
I just feel so blessed to be able to actually use this stuff, which 99% of the athletes in the world don't get this kind of treatment when they have an injury. They just throw some ice on it and say, hope it gets better. But we really have the best equipment possible to figure out what's wrong, which I'm very thankful for.
High-tech tools like this are vital if the USA is to successfully defend her crown. Back in China, the stars of the national team continue their work to top the medal table. But they must carry a great burden: expectation. Despite being one of China's most experienced gymnasts, Yang Wei also worries about the pressure.
可能一般观众看电视的时候都觉得，中国体操队是一个很强的队伍，有失败或者是没有拿到金牌的话，觉得对于他们来讲可能不太容易接受。
In the final countdown to the Games, things are getting serious. The Olympic training camp is in lockdown. Yang Wei can only focus on strengthening his body for one last effort at Olympic gold, in front of a home crowd.
所以它是一个双刃剑，看我们怎么去利用、做好这方面的工作。我想变不利为有利。
Coach Zhang hopes China will use that pressure to their advantage and become the first host to top the medal table since the USA in Atlanta 1996. Wu Peng's body is ready to do battle on the Olympic stage. He is in peak condition. But with the countdown clock ticking, things are beginning to go wrong.
我最大的奥运会，我最大的担心应该是，我觉得自己的准备还不够吧。
It's psychological pressure and not a lack of physical preparation that is the problem. Coach Zhang knows that training alone doesn't guarantee victory.
如果你连做的自信都没有，那想什么都不用谈了，那压力就已经把你压垮了，我想。
And Wu Peng has been defeated by pressure once before. The Olympics, Athens 2004.
所以说特别是想比好。 感觉好像就压力已经大到就话都说不出来了，压力特别大。
Wu Peng came in 6th, and at Beijing, there will be even greater pressure on this young star. Coach Zhang's psychology has to be introduced by stealth.
因为你一说心理，运动员会抵触，我心里没有问题，啊，他就觉得我心里没有问题，所以我们是通过慢慢的渗透吧。
He spotted the chink in Wu Peng's armor. Confidence on the big day, and Coach Zhang has acted. A quiet voice in Wu Peng's ear cunningly buoyed the swimmer's confidence.
我觉得张教练可能在思想上面等于说那个对我们的那个影响比较大吧，这样，然后特别到了赛场上，他能无形中给你一种力量吧，我觉得。当我站在出发台上的时候，他跟我说，他们都惧怕你。我当时听完以后就感觉特别有力，就真的是对心理上有起到一个比较大的作用。
Zheng Fei's coaches have also had a big impact on her. She has been taught the secret of controlling her weight. Pressure may have defeated the others in the past, but Zheng Fei has no fear. She thrives on the challenge. Daring is part of her personality.
给我的感觉最让我能够开心的地方，就是我们假如能够完成一个自己新创的动作，或者说是我今天完成了一个难度，它就会让我开心很久。
As the spotlight falls on Beijing, Zheng Fei has stepped firmly into it. November 2007 saw her crowned captain of the women's team. Fearless in the face of pressure, she is fit and raring to go. Coach Zhang's work on Wu Peng's temperament has paid dividends. Wu Peng goes from strength to strength. He came home second in the World Championships. Second is good, but not good enough. He was beaten by one man, the owner of 8 Olympic medals from 1 Games, 6 of them gold. America's Michael Phelps. It is Phelps that Wu Peng must beat to bring home gold. Master tactician Coach Zhang is following a high-risk strategy. Wu Peng used to compete in several different races. Now his coach has staked Wu Peng's Olympic chances on one race.
他现在就是我就是攻200点，我把自己的目标的锁定非常。我的对手是谁？菲尔普斯。
Coach Zhang has built what he hopes to be the perfect athlete. Strong in mind and body, with a new focus on his single race strategy. He hopes that the home crowd can cheer his charge and China on to victory.
说实在，拿这个冠军，我就是为了让别人认可我，别人来崇拜我，那我才会去做这件事。
说我自己去努力了，我朝这个自己的这个极限去发起挑战了，然后该得到的，我觉得应该都能得到。
All athletes believe that hard work and determination can make them a winner. But only one team can top the medal table. Wu Peng, Yang Wei, and Zheng Fei are doing their best to bring China glory. But Beijing faces challenges that could spoil her party. Can she cope with the many obstacles that stand in her way? Does Beijing have a secret weapon in the war on pollution? Beijing is hosting an Olympic event that aims to outshine all those that came before. But even in the final hour, there are still problems the city must solve. Can she guarantee Olympic security? Can she promise drug cheats will be caught? And can she tame the beast of pollution in time? Now Beijing is in the international spotlight. Can the city cope? Security expert Stan Lee is taking on the challenge of ensuring Olympic Beijing is a safe place to be. He's developed a security system that identifies individuals simply by the measurements between facial features within the Golden Triangle. This system is being incorporated into a top-secret project for the Olympic opening and closing ceremonies. Now, Stan has come up with experimental surveillance software. Today, he's at the new Olympic subway line to try it out for the first time outside the lab. If it works, this could mark a revolution in the way crowds at this and future Olympic Games are kept safe.
No security, no success. Security becomes more and more important in our daily life.
Stan calls his invention intelligent surveillance.
In Beijing, there are hundreds of thousands of CCTV cameras deployed. The intelligence surveillance system can work automatically 24 hours a day and can be linked to every camera.
Stan's test begins with his software scanning the image. It recognizes the motion patterns made by the human body and can tell the difference between a handshake and a punch, between a hug and a fight.
When the surveillance security system detects some unwanted behavior, it can issue an alert.
But will it detect this fight? The initial results seem positive. But violence isn't the only problem Stan is trying to solve. Security threats don't always come in an obvious human form. The greatest may be concealed in the smallest package. It's Stan's mission to develop a computerized method to spot suspect bags. But crowds of people and a large depth of field present difficulties for the system.
So far, we have some limitations in the cameras. It needs to be of high resolution, and we need also high computational power.
Stan sets up for the test. For his technology to be accepted, it must pass this vital trial. The test begins, and Stan's volunteers set off. The bag is dropped, but can the system spot it?
调了什么参数呢？再来一次，就是丢包之后，然后 From today's test, we have seen some initial success, and we'll be continuing to improve it to make it more reliable.
A safe Olympics is a successful Olympics. During the Games, 2.5 million fans will be here in Beijing. But the Olympic promise is to spread the spirit far and wide. Beijing must shrink the distance between the Olympic city and the world. This man has arguably the most nerve-wracking Olympic job of all. Yanis Exarchos, the boss of Beijing Olympic Broadcasting. His task is to bring the Olympic party to the world like it's never been done before. Today, he's willing to reveal some of his secrets. This is his office, the high-security building from which all 4,000 hours of Olympic coverage will come. The International Broadcast Center.
It's no surprise, of course, if I say that it's the largest ever to be built for the Olympic Games. Everything is the largest here.
More than 150 international broadcasters will operate inside the IBC. And varying time zones mean this will be a 24-hour operation. At a massive 90,000 square meters, the IBC will house over 85 studios and eat up a power supply equal to a city of 8,000 inhabitants.
Inside is mostly cables. We are running close to 50,000 kilometers of cable inside this building.
Giannis has a clear vision of his goal.
The vast majority of the world will experience the games through television. Maybe they have the sense of participating in a global party.
The most recognized event in the world will be broadcast to more than 200 countries, reaching a record 4 billion fans.
Our aim is to provide to the people who cannot come to the Olympics the best seat in the venue. Actually, a couple of the best seats in the venue.
Broadcasting the Beijing Olympics to the world in 2008 is new territory for Giannis. For this Olympics is different. It's the very first to be broadcast entirely in high definition. A digital broadcasting system that provides images of the highest resolution.
China seemed like the perfect place to launch the first coverage of high definition.
But Giannis hadn't bargained for televising a record-breaking number of events in such complex venues. Like the water cube. Giannis's headache here? Lighting.
We are trying to strike a balance between artificial light, which is very good for television, and natural light, which is good for the building. This is a big challenge for broadcasting.
He faces further headaches at the Bird's Nest Stadium, the venue for track and field events, and the much-anticipated opening ceremony. But there are limits to the secrets Giannis is willing to share.
I know you want me to tell you. I will not. I will tell you nothing. I know all about it, but I will not tell you, okay?
Today, Giannis will be catching up with his badminton broadcast team as they undertake an on-site visit. Professor Jiang Ailin designed the venue with a glass roof so that it would be as light and elegant as badminton itself. For the first time, the whole team goes inside. They've been planning badminton coverage for years. Now it's crunch time. They must convince boss Giannis they've got everything under control.